everybody, Winter here, and we are on the RedCubed server. When we last left off, I was talking about a bunch of things. It was a very short episode, and we were gathering resources today. We are going to continue building this nether rail tunnel. Actually, let's see if we can actually ride to the end of it. There's no pigmen spawned on it, for once. And we're probably going to chat about some things. Like, I wanted to talk about... See, this is still glitchy. Look at this. I can't hit my button because I'm like really far into the minecart. Like I'm... Really? You weren't even there a minute ago. There we go. For some reason, I don't know why we're like squatted in this cart. No clue. And it puts me out here. So, that's what I've got done so far on that. There we go. Just some things I wanted to talk about. Oh, okay. I know where we're at. Yeah. I wanted to talk about how people are, you know, okay, first thing. There's been a lot of vlogs going up, and I'm in a lot of them. And before you guys say anything, I know that I'm overweight. It's obvious. It's not something I can miss. It's a very obvious thing to me. I know. I've never lied about the fact that I'm an overweight person. It's like it's a long. We're gonna honestly get into this. I made a mistake. A few years ago, I had some medical problems. I have a thing in my family, we have cyst problems, where we get a lot of cysts in our system, and normally that's not a problem, but when it gets on something like your ovaries or something, it can cause like severe hormonal problems. And a few years back, I had a problem with that, and they removed the ovary. And then a few years after that, they found cysts on my other ovary, and instead of removing that one and requiring me to be on hormones for the rest of my life, they just basically, did emergency surgery because I was bleeding out. I know it's disgusting and stuff, but I was hemorrhaging basically for 7 weeks straight. They tried putting me on a hormone to stop it, and it didn't stop it. So finally they basically had to like cauterize it so I can never have kids again, which is a really sad thing if you're a girl, honestly. I mean, I didn't want any more kids, but you know, it's really sad to have that option taken away from you. It just makes you feel like less of a person, honestly. But it was just something that had to be done because they said either they had to take me off the hormone, which was just slowing it down. And they said either you're going to bleed out or your heart will stop. So it was like, well, it needs to be done. So I was like very thin. I was anemic. I was very sickly looking. It was the skinniest I've ever been in my life. Like you could count my ribs. And it was awful. My family just hated looking at me. I hated looking at me. And it was terrible. I was on iron to keep my, anemia in check, and I was very sick. It was very bad. Like I would bruise so easily that if somebody would just like grab my arm, it would leave fingerprints on my arm. It was terrible. It was a bad time. It was also a bad time in my life because I was going through a really nasty divorce. It was just the most awful thing. I lost my job because of my medical problems. I was missing so much time. I ran out of FMLA. And it was a really hard time in my life. I was depressed a lot. It was hard for me to do anything. And basically, it ended up being like, okay, well, do I either just give up now or do I keep going? So instead of just sitting there and just crying and hating my life, I decided to go back to school. And I was going to not work in a factory for the rest of my life. My mom works in a factory. It was just something that I didn't want to do. I wanted to be a better mom. I wanted to support my family. And not that my mom isn't a great mom, but she works all of the time. All of the time. She was gone all of the time. We never got to see her. And I wanted to be different than that. So I decided to go back to school. We are going to go hunting. Where is it? Where are you? Come here. Come down. You suck. That should have hit you. Jerk face. So, okay. I left something back there too. So I went back to school, and unfortunately, after I went back to school, I was used to working, working at a job where I was on my feet 8 hours a day. I would sometimes, right before I got let go from my job, I was working in shipping, where you are constantly running around the factory with boxes and stuff, and it's a very fast-paced job. And I went from that, and when I used to come home, I'd hang out with my kids and just sit around and just relax and play on my computer. Well, so I start college, and what do you do at college? You sit in your butt in a classroom. And then what did I do? I come home, sit on my butt. I was getting no exercise. And then I would start, when I started working out, well, I was working at a gas station when I first started college. So, because I had no job experience, anything else. So, I would get some exercise there, working third shift, cleaning the gas station. But, when I started working in IT at the college, it was more sitting on my butt. It was just a lot of no exercise. So for the past 3 years, I have been putting on an enormous amount of weight. And I'm well aware of it. You are a terrible thing. I'm well aware of it. I know. Would you stop? I know it's there. I know it's not. I know I'm not healthy, and that's the big thing. It's not that I really care how society takes me, because society is a cruel thing. People are mean. And yes, I'm insecure about the way I look, but it's just, I will never be happy with the way I look. So that's nothing new. When I was skinny and sick, I was skinny, and my doctor said I was a healthy weight, but I was so sick. It was sort of like, yay, I'm skinny, but I'm also dying. So what? But I'm not healthy. I know that. So when I graduated, I started working out because I have a lot of free time. Between YouTube, YouTube keeps me pretty busy, so I'm not feeling so much how much I'm not doing anything, but we forgot glowstone too. I'm forgetting everything. Yeah. So I know that my weight has gotten to the point where it's bad. I mean, I'm not like morbidly obese, but I am obese. And I never thought I looked that bad. And then I watched some of the vlogs, and it's like, man, I look worse. In my head, I don't even look that big. And I'm very self-critical. And it was just, I look at all these vlogs from Minecon, and I just want to cry. Because it's awful. So ever since Minecon, I have been pushing myself so hard. Because I'm so unhappy with the way I've let myself go. I have never been one to exercise. I've usually been a pretty active person, and like I said, I worked in a factory for 5 years, and I was very on my feet, and I never really needed to exercise much. I was always pretty much just active. But ever since college, it's been awful. And so I've been really working hard to change that because there's health reasons. I don't want my kids to say, or think it's okay to just be lazy and stuff. I mean, I am not a sports person. I've never been into sports, and being physically active is something that I've never really been. Like, exercising. I failed gym class in high school just because I hated running. Um, I've never really been able to run. So, working out has been kind of this just like, whatever. It's not really something I've ever done. And like I said, since I've been graduating, I've been making it a point for an hour a day to really work out. And I've been working out at my mom's house, and I wasn't really pushing myself, I don't think. We are so running out of... This sucks. We need to get rid of this and that. Oh, that was a bit of lag. Really just need to get rid of that. Okay, we'll do that. Yeah, what really wasn't pushing myself, it was just more or less I was just doing it. And then Minecon came, and I wasn't really losing any weight either, so... But I figured it was just, I was at least trying at that point. But then Minecon happened, and it became glaringly obvious that I really wasn't trying hard enough. Like I said, I mean, the mirrors in my house, they only go so high, so I wasn't really seeing the full picture. And in these people's vlogs that I'm in, I want to cry, I want to scream, take them down! Don't let people see me! And I need to stop. I need to stop. I'm not doing this, I'm not working out because I care what people think of me. I know it does affect me a lot. I'm very insecure, and I do worry what you guys think about me, but I need to like me. That's the big thing, and I don't, and that is really the problem. So I've been working out for me, and I was really happy when I weighed myself yesterday. That I lost 10 pounds in the past 10 months. So I have been pushing myself that hard since Minecon, and it's finally starting to pay off. I'm really taking it seriously now. I mean, I stopped drinking soda and all that stuff a while back, but I really wasn't taking exercising seriously, and now I am. And there's the thing, moderation. If you aren't being active every day, it's a bad habit to start. You need to start younger. With Beth, I've been trying to make sure that she doesn't fall into the habits I was at her age. I mean, I never worked out. I never had to, so I didn't. And so just working out was just something that, those crazy people did. So I got her into swim. She was really good at swim. She was in cheerleading this year, and I know she hates it, and I know she wishes that I just let her just be like I was, and it's hard for me to do that because I know what a bad thing that is. My whole family was never into sports. I mean, we didn't like sports. We weren't the sportsy type. We were the geeky nerd type. We were a different family. I mean, my family is probably the only one that didn't watch football at Thanksgiving. But you've got to do it for yourself, really. You're not going to take it seriously. It's like anything. Like if you're trying to quit smoking, you got to really want it. You got to really want to quit smoking. I used to be a smoker. And you know what? I never really quit until, I really wanted to. And the same is true for anything. Like this exercising thing didn't work until I started to really want it. And Minecon was actually the thing that made me start to want it. It's just crazy. I mean, I never thought I looked that bad. I honestly had a better picture of myself in my head until Minecon. And I was critical then, but it just made me want to cry. I know you guys are going to yell at me and say that I need to stop, that, I know that big people can be beautiful too, but I don't feel that way, and I've struggled with this my whole life, and now it's just become something that's just I can't take anymore. And I don't know if it's this music making me feel this extra dramatic or what, but it's something I wanted to share with you guys. I don't know if you have problems with self-image. It's not something you can just say, well, this is the way I'm always going to be. It's not the way it has to be. I know some of you probably have like medical problems or something, and maybe that's the reason why. But seriously, there are more reasons to work out than just lose weight. You know, it's just our society has become the thing where we just want instant gratification. Now, we want these diet pills. We don't want to have to work for what we want. It's sad. They've got these electric belts that will help make you do crunches and stuff too. And yeah, I want one, but the thing is, it really says something about our society that, you know, we want to take medication and we don't want to actually have to work to lose weight. And I know some of it's time. I mean, we're always busy. We don't have the time to work out. But seriously, it's an hour a day. If you can't find an hour a day, you need to find out what you're doing to spend with the rest of your time. What are you doing with your time so much that you can't find an hour to just go walk on a treadmill? Walk fast enough that your heart rate is just slightly elevated, because that's better than nothing, honestly. Even if you just start somewhere like that, that is better than just doing this full. You don't have to go to a gym either. I know my biggest thing is I don't like jogging on the road because I don't want people to see me and think, oh, look at that fat girl jogging. So I go to my mother's. I'm lucky she has like a full gym down in her basement. She has like a chair. She has an elliptical. I like the treadmill. That's my favorite thing. But seriously, it's not like you have to go and lift weights, you guys. All you have to do is maybe find an hour, take a walk. That's it. Just an hour a day. Or if you can't do an hour a day, do an hour every day, at least, honestly. Some days I don't make it. Some days I have so much stuff, like a doctor's appointment, or just I have an interview and I don't want to get all sweaty beforehand. You know, but the thing is, I make sure I do it the very next day. There's no, like, well, I'll just put it off for another day and another day, because then it turns into a week, and then you've put it off for like 2 weeks, and then you're like, crap, why am I even doing this anymore? You've got to stick with it, seriously. Don't let yourself talk yourself out of it, because I was there. What am I ranting about? What was I talking about? We were talking about fitness and health and yeah. And I know a lot of gamers just... There are a lot of people that have a natural metabolism too and don't need to. And I'm jealous of all of you. Seriously, because I have had like no metabolism most of my life. But yeah, even when I wasn't this overweight, I still wasn't skinny. I'm a very tall girl. Let's just put it that way. My family's big. My brother is 6'2". My sister actually has dwarfism and she's 5'5". That's a dwarf in my family. So we're tall. And unfortunately in my area, most people are short, so I usually am just very tall and awkward around everybody. And I'm clumsy too. It's very obvious how clumsy I am. And it makes me shy too in public, because normally I'll bump into things and I'm towering over people, and there's nothing dainty about me, but that's just me. So if I sound like overly confident on YouTube, that's because it's so much easier to be confident when you're just talking to a screen. When you're talking through voice, it's a different thing than meeting somebody face to face. When I met Poet at the airport, I was literally shaking like a leaf. You can ask Poet. I was just, my hands were not, they were not steady. I was very nervous. I was worried that he was going to, I don't know why. He's the nicest person, and I was very worried. When we got to Minecon and we started meeting everybody, I had to like literally calm myself down, but oh, we gotta go put this stuff back. I was terrified. I was very terrified. I was worried that somebody was going to just be like, oh, wow, when they saw me. And either... What, why? Oh. Oh, hold on. Remy's on. He's trying to rescue me in the nether. Trying to help out because Huck's been busy with, Pokemon. 60.875. He's been very busy with the Pokemons. So he hasn't had a lot of time to work on this. It's a pretty daunting task too, honestly. I know I've bitten off more than I could chew. But it's still fun. It gives me something to do. I lost track what I was talking about. Oh, I was talking about Minecon and how terrified I was. And this is back before I even saw what I actually look like on some people's, like, you know, on their vlogs. And I was terrified before that. Now I'm just like, oh, I feel so sick. I just can't believe. I can't believe nobody said anything. That's what I can't believe. Nobody said anything. Nobody said, oh, Wyntr, geez, you're a big girl. Either they were being really nice or, I don't know, maybe I'm just over exaggerating. But I mean, okay, you guys, I want to scream don't go, look, but just go to Silent Mystification, his vlogs, Silent Vlogs. There's me in there. If you go to Watch Out Loud, I'm in his vlogs. I want to say don't look, and I want to tell him to tear it down, but seriously, I'm honest. Like, that was me. Teal hair and all. That's why all my vlogs are from an upward angle. And it's hard. It's hard to be a big girl on YouTube, too, because I know there's a lot of people that are very mean and not supportive at all. But before you say, oh my god, Wyntr, you're fat, I know. I know I am. There's no denying it. So what? What do you guys just gotta say? Is that it? Because, duh. Thank you, Captain Obvious. Oh, my lord. So I guess with that, like, little bit of joy, man, I just wanted to say that I love you guys to pieces. No matter what you guys think, even if I lose subscribers, I still love you. The quality people are still here. You guys are the ones I'm still doing this for. If it's a cobble tunnel, then an actual track? Oh, crud. So, yep, like if you guys like this video, subscribe if you haven't already. Don't forget, if you want to see this on, oh, well, I guess it's too late. That sucks. I will see you guys all next week on RedCubed. Bye-bye!